Hi, in this video we're going to look at what is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a natural area in which plants, animals and other organisms are all linked to each other. This forms a natural system where they rely on each other. And this is what I mean. Animals, plants, the climate, the weather, the rain, the sunlight and the soil are all interconnected. In other words, they rely on each other. I suggest pausing this video and kind of creating this little diagram so that you understand that in an ecosystem, the animals, plants, soil and the climate are all interlinked. Moving on, as you can see from this picture, here is an example of a natural ecosystem where everything relies on each other to survive. Plants, the zebra cannot survive without plants. The lions cannot survive without zebra. The plants can't survive without soil and water and rainfall. They all interlink. Without each other, nothing is going to happen. So let's have a look at one element that affects an ecosystem. So we look at climate. Climate is an area's weather over 30 years, taking temperature, rainfall, precipitation, snow, hail, all in together and to predict what the weather is like. It is called its climate. So climate influences vegetation. So look at this. An area, if it has low rainfall, means there'll be less vegetation, less plants, less flora. Well, if there's less plants, less flora, that means there is less food. If there is less food, it means there's going to be less food for the fauna, for the animals, and this has a knock-on effect. So climate will affect an ecosystem. Just as much as rainfall will affect it, the animals will affect it, the plants will affect an ecosystem, so will the soil. They are all interconnected. These are the key words about an ecosystem. Flora. Flora we call the plants. Fauna is what we call the animals. Biotic are all the living things, everything that requires Mrs. Gren to survive. In other words, movement, respiration, excretion, growth, reproduction. If it doesn't have that, it is then classed as abiotic, the non-living things. You need to know the difference between biotic and abiotic. Biotic, all the living things, abiotic, the non-living things. So that's the rock, the sun, the water, the weather. Another key word is a biome. A biome is just a very large ecosystem. So an ecosystem could be as small as your back garden. It could be as small as somewhere where you go for a walk, a small little forest. It is a natural area where everything is interlinked. A biome is a very, very large ecosystem, normally a couple thousand square kilometres. You then have interdependent. In other words, they need each other to survive, and an ecosystem needs all four elements to work. If it hasn't got rainfall, if it hasn't got the climate, then the ecosystem won't survive. What I would like you to do is have a go at creating a mind map of all these key words. Go on, have a go.